We tend to assume that if you love someone, you will do whatever it takes to stay with them. But is that always true? It is a comforting idea, this belief that love conquers all, that love is the ultimate force, overcoming every challenge, every difficulty, every doubt. Yet in the quieter, less illuminated hours of the heart, when we lay aside romantic idealism, we see a much more complex, tangled truth. Love, profound and real as it may be, does not always mean staying together. Sometimes, love means something else entirely, something more painful, more honest, more courageous. Love is often painted in grand, sweeping strokes, a triumphant, unwavering commitment, a battle fought vigorously, side by side until the end. But life rarely presents us with such clear victories or poetic endings. More often, love is a delicate tension between heart and mind, between passion and practicality. It is not merely a feeling, it is a choice, an act of conscious bravery and vulnerability. To love deeply, and yet know that continuing the relationship might bring more harm than healing, to oneself or to the other. That is one of love's most confounding paradoxes. Consider the obstacles that arise, not from lack of affection, but from the realities of life itself. Differences in core values that no longer align, wounds left raw and unhealed from past conflicts, dreams and visions that diverge so widely they pull two souls apart rather than drawing them closer together. These practical and emotional walls grow, often imperceptibly, over time. They ask us to look beyond the shimmering glow of early passion, to confront the quiet truth that love's presence alone cannot erase pain or solve all problems. Philosophers and poets throughout history have wrestled with this tension. The ancient Greeks, for example, had many words for love: eros, the fiery, consuming passion; philia, the deep friendship; agape, the selfless, unconditional care. They understood that love is not a fixed state, but a spectrum, constantly shifting and reshaping itself as we do. Carl Jung spoke of love as both a union and a struggle, recognizing how even in our closest bonds, shadows and conflicts simmer beneath the surface. The French writer Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said, "Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction." But what happens when those directions no longer align? When the paths that once converged? In our culture, leaving a relationship is often stigmatized, seen as a failure, a sign of weakness, or a lack of commitment. This perspective overlooks a vital truth. Sometimes, leaving is an act of profound love itself. To release someone, to let go with grace and respect, is to acknowledge that love is not possession, but liberation, is to know that holding on when the bond has become a source of suffering or stagnation serves neither party. Really loving someone means caring enough to allow both of you the space to grow, heal, and find peace, even if that means doing so apart. For those caught in this emotional dilemma, know you are not alone. It takes immense self-awareness and courage to recognize when holding on causes more harm than good. It is a mark of maturity and emotional honesty to prioritize well-being over romantic idealism. True love asks us to be brave, not only in embracing connection, but also in accepting when separation serves the highest good for both people involved. There is no judgment in this contemplation, only compassion, for the complexity of human relationships. Love is neither simple nor singular. It takes many forms. The exhilaration of new romance, the comfort of lifelong companionship, the quiet acceptance of change, and yes, sometimes a gentle goodbye. Each expression holds its own beauty and truth. By embracing this fullness, we free ourselves from the unrealistic chains of forever and open space for authentic healing, growth, and respect. If you find yourself here at this crossroads where love persists but staying together feels like a burden, I invite you to lean into this tension with kindness and curiosity. Listen deeply to both your heart and mind, to your feelings and your reason. Engage with this paradox not as defeat, but as a profound reflection of life's intricacies. You are navigating the delicate balance of holding love tenderly in your hands while knowing when to release it. This, too, is love's deepest wisdom. Reflect on what it means to love with courage. Not just the courage to stay, but the courage to choose what is truly best for healing and happiness. This journey is yours to walk with empathy and respect for all its complexity. Love does not always conquer, but love, in its truest, most honest form, always honors.